Okay, for this tutorial I'm going to show you how to set up groups in Microsoft Live at EDU. First step, log in obviously. And then we're going to the bottom and click on Contacts. Then we're going to go up to New and hit the little arrow key by New, and we're going to say New Group. First thing we want to do is name the group something we can remember. So I'm going with Class 1B. And then we're going to add members in. And I'm just going to use my test student example here and just add him in. I'm going to save and close the group. Come on, there we go. Okay, and now I'm going to make a new one, another one, just for the sake of showing it's that easy and you can have as many groups as you want. And I'm just going to use the same test student. Any person can be any number of groups. I don't think there's any limit anywhere. And now I'm just going to search, and you can see I got both groups right here, the 1B and 2B for both my classes. Same student. Okay, so we've made our groups. Now let's make a folder for our class. We're going to go to the Office tab up top and click Your Documents. And that's going to take us to our SkyDrive. Now I'm going to create a new folder. And I'm going to name it, give it the same name as my class group name. It doesn't have to be, but for simplicity's sake. Then I'm going to change the sharing permissions and bump that up to everyone so it doesn't complain anything. And don't enter any names, just click next. Now at this point you can upload documents there if you want, or just continue on. I am just continuing on, and now I got my folder here, and I'm going to create a new Word document inside this folder. Just going to give it a random name, Homework 1, and it opens it up in Word in the cloud. It's full Word suite in our browser. So once it makes it here, I'm just going to type in the homework assignment. Then I'm going to go save the document and close it, and that's going to take me back to the folder I was just at. And I'm going to create another one, just for example. And I'm going to put the class syllabus here. And you don't have to put anything. I'm just going to save this and close it again. And now I'm going to click Get Link over on the right. And I'm going to copy this link, and this is a link to this shared folder. They can't view anything else inside your SkyDrive. They can only view this folder and what's in it. So I'm going to go back to Mail, which is incorrectly called Hotmail, and I'm going to create a new email, and I'm going to email my group. It shows up right there, and I'm going to send them a link to the folder and shoot that off. Okay, so I'm on my student computer here, logged in as a student, as you can see. I'm going to go to my Live at EDU account and just log in, and as you'll see, I'm logging in here as a test student. It is a student account, so everything here should be pretty identical to what a student will be doing. And you can see my email here, and that's the link to the folder for that class. So I'm just going to open that, And there you go. I can see everything inside that folder. I can view this homework assignment with Word in the Cloud. There's my homework assignment. Can't edit it, as you can see. Edit is grayed out, so I'm just going to close it. And now I've got my homework assignment, and now I can check that whenever I want. And now, unfortunately, currently, Live at EDU SkyDrive does not have a shared location where I can see all the folders shared with me, only the documents. So what I'm going to do as a student right now is I'm going to bookmark this page so I can get to this folder whenever I need. So now I bookmarked it. They can store it any way they choose. They can have a live OneNote book and store all their links to their classes there if they want. Or they can create bookmarks. Alright, now I'm going to access that bookmark just to show you that it was saved and that we can access it. So there, and I'm going to show you there, and it takes us right there. Doesn't even matter. So now I'm going to click on Feed over on the right, and this is a feed. This is a cool feature with Firefox. It shows you the documents, and I subscribe to the feed with Firefox. I'm going to stick it in with my bookmarks, and now I have a bookmark in my bookmarks that if I hover over it, it shows all the recent updates. So you can see I can click directly there to my homework assignments, and that's another nice feature. So they can choose any of those three methods to use. Okay, so this tutorial will show us how students can do their homework online and how we can read and grade it without ever doing anything. So the student here is going to make a new document. I'm just going to call it, as you can see, the student has trouble spelling. And we're just going to call it My Great Report. And then we are going to share it with only friends. And then we're going to type our teacher's email address in. And now it automatically puts me in there. And now I'm going to start typing my great report. And just fill this up with some data so you can see the example. And I'm going to save it and close it. Okay, so now I'm going to click the little information thing over there, and I'm going to get a link to adjust this document. And I'm going to copy the link. And now I'm going to send an email to my teacher containing my link to my report. Now so far it's almost exactly like, come on. Well, seems it's screwed up. We got to reload the page. There we go. Okay, so now so far it's pretty much exactly like if you're taking a report in from a student, except they're only emailing you a link to their paper rather than emailing you your paper. Might not seem that big of a difference, but you'll see here in a second that it actually is. So now they sent that email off, and I'm going to switch over to my computer now. Okay, so I'm going to open the link here to my paper that the student sent me, and as you can see it says My Great Report, and there's the report. So now I'm just going to click Open in Word here because all the teacher computers will have Word on it, and I'm just going to click OK there. And now it takes a second for Word to retrieve all this server stuff, and in a second here it's going to pop up and ask you for your live credentials. That's your at myccs.org account. Just put that in here when it asks for it in a second. Now if you already have your Office suite permanently connected, like several of you already have, it won't ask this, it'll just pull it up, but this may happen for most of you. So I'm just going to put in my live account and check sign me in automatically, and now it's going to process again. And there's the document. So now it says that it came from the web, so I need to enable editing here so I can make changes to it. Alright, now I'm going to pull out my stylus, since teachers want to edit with that for papers and stuff. I'm going to click on the pen tool so I can draw all over my paper here. And now I can make marks and comments with the pen just like I was writing on a real paper. Pretend I'm editing things, and now I'm going to write the grade here. I get a 5 out of 10. So now I've graded it, and I'm going to leave a little note. And that's their grade for this homework report. I guess it's a report, so not a homework, but you get the idea. And now I'm going to save it. And when I save that, it's saving it back into the cloud right directly on the student's SkyDrive. So now I'm going to click Protect Document and mark it as final. So this is a final grade. This is so we know if the student edits it or tries to tamper with this grade. I'll just acknowledge that. And we are done with this. So it's already saved back to the cloud. We can close down Word. It's there on our SkyDrive. Let's just open it up to make sure that changes were saved back. And from the cloud, you can even view what we just did. So the student can pull this up on their SkyDrive and see their grade immediately. You don't have to handle any paper or hand it back to them. It's just there on their SkyDrive. And now you can see when it was last modified and who did it. So you see it's edited by me just a moment ago.